Capricorn, how you doing? So we are here to do your 1st until your 15th of November. How you doing, Capricorn? Just a couple of things very quickly. Please make sure that you check out all the description box for the recommended reader this week, which is Beauty Soul Tarot. And you can find her and everybody else that's linked in the description box below, and also on the discussion page if you want to recommend a reader, and I'll give one a shout out every time I do a reading. Okay, Capricorn, how you doing, Capricorn? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. If you also want to join my new channel, me and my girlfriend are going to be doing some different kind of stuff, but there's loads of things that I want to implement that. You can also find that in the description under everything, because it will be about everything. So let's see, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus from the 1st until the 15th of November. Capricorn, show me Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please obviously make sure that you check out your Moon and Rising and Venus signs for comparison of working out things that you might have around communication. Could be a little bit, okay, so you've got the sign of Libra, justice, things are fair. You've got people that could well be arguing also at court or over money or decision that needs to be made over a business. This could be someone that is also interfering in your business or that's making you think. Someone's making you think, but I'm also hearing you think and scream. But this could also be to do with a family affair or affairs, sorting out affairs is also what I'm hearing. Like it's either a family affair, meaning there's not an affair, well there could be an affair in the family, but something that's fair to do with sorting things out of who's right and who's wrong. There's some kind of wrongdoing. Someone might feel that there's some kind of wrongdoing. This is also somebody that can think negatively, and it's frustrating to you at the moment. So this is also, so you've got the 9 of Wands and the Page of Wands. So you've got a lot of action. So this, to me, this is like having to take a leap and a chance towards something to try and find out what it is. Okay, there was something I was channeling through that card before. 9 of Wands is courage. Someone's got courage in order to make a move in a big direction. But this is obviously, Page of Wands in this deck to me is a lot to do with having to take a first step, like a big step. Okay, it might not seem as a Page of Wands normally, but there's a big step that someone has to take in order to open up. So your partner might be wondering how they can stand on their own 2 feet as well. This is also that someone that might be trying to point out things of mistakes that have been made, where someone now is having to find courage in order to find themselves again where they reside at. So if there's a company move, or there might be a financial move, but there might be something to do with children where they're moving on. Someone seems to be moving on from an argument. So if there was an argument over some kind of decision that needs to be made about a business, this is also finding your feet again. So if it's spiritual, you're just finding out some kind of news that someone's moving forward and moving on. So it might be you that's moving on from a situation, if it is to do with court. If it is a Libra, then there's been some kind of like fearing to be able to start again, start fresh. If it is to do with a financial move or a move in general, then there is progression towards that, because you've got communication that could be about you taking this step and this leap. So you might be communicating with a Libra to say, if it's to do with a job, I think it's coming up where you're really contemplating on making a move away from one business towards another. There might be some kind of family agreement that you might come to. There's someone trying to come to terms with something, trying to come to terms with that someone's moved on. So I think that if you are with a Libra, you might be concerned that someone is moving on. Is really what I'm hearing. Moving on. Because this is a claimant of an accident that's also happened in the background. So it might mean that something's happening in this Libra's life that it's like claiming. Someone's trying to claim something. This is also an accident as well. It's like putting in a claim for something. So you might be trying to to claim something back that was once yours that you might be getting frustrated with of now they're not there. But there is some kind of also financial claimant that I'm also picking up, that it might be child support for some of you, or it might be actually claiming for an accident because this person is physically wounded. So there's some kind of accident claim that someone's trying to get back at. So it might go to court for some of you, or it might be that this Libra wants you back if you are with a Libra. And this can be a family member or anybody in life, but someone wants you back now you've moved on. It seems that retrograde could be coming up for you guys for a review, also a business of that you've decided to move away. Some of you have decided, or you might be deciding to move departments, or an apartment. For some of you it's an apartment that where you live. Some of you it's departments of where you work. You've been now moved on to another department where it's fresh. If you have children, it might mean that they have something going on with them where they're having to take a leap forward, being able to stand on their own 2 feet. Okay, so you've got the Wheel of Fortune, Okay, so the things are turning more in your favour is what I'm hearing. Favour. Doing someone a favour as well. So it might mean that you could have Libra in your chart, or they have, and this would be taking someone else on board. So I'm hearing that some of you might be looking into having another child, or for some of you it is that no matter who your partner is, you might be wanting another child. Now if this is a court decision that some of you have got coming up, you really want things obviously to go in your favour, because this is like chasing the dream. This is like chasing a dream. Okay, it seems to be going forward, but it's kind of like, well, I'm going forward on this idea and this approach. Whatever it is, I'm going forward on it. I'm going forward. Some of you are leaving someone behind and you are going forward, and you're thinking, well, I've got to go forward if you don't catch up. So I think someone's conditioning here has it doesn't have to be, but for some of you it's like an old belief system, okay? And that they might think negatively all the time because they're trying to catch up in life, and you're moving forward, which is a chain that gets pulled out for ascension of also family and work, where life starts to change and you realise that if this person doesn't change, then you're having to move forward regardless, because it could be a Libra moon sign for some of you, that if they think negatively and they connect with you negatively, that stops you from fearing, and that makes you fear that you can't stand on your own 2 feet. So if some of you are suffering through control, because this is my gaslighting card and a narcissistic card, it doesn't have to mean someone's narcissistic. It just means that they've got control problems, trying to control destiny and trying to control the hands of fate. Okay, so this can make someone make you feel that you're not worthy of standing on your own 2 feet and that you can't make it. Okay, because there's a make it to break it, and there is a making of a claimant as well. Someone's might be claiming you as if to say you'll never be able to leave and stand on your own 2 feet. So if you are going through parts of control as well, then that could be part of that, because this person could, if they're on the negative side and you're on the positive side, this might be why you're wanting things to go more in your favour. So you're starting, is what I'm hearing now, is the chasing and running effect if it's to do with love. Okay, where someone's pulling back, but someone's also pulling forward. So you're going forward and your future forward, and you're concentrating things of more of how can this work out? How can we pull things together and work together as a team? Also, if some of you have family members with this person, kids and stuff, you might be wondering, how can we pull this to work together as a team, of now that we could have reached an ending, completing another cycle with someone, because there's a cycle that's really trying to wrap itself up. So it's kind of in the hand. I think some of you are kind of thinking, you know what, it's in the hands of fate. It's literally in the hands of fate. There's nothing more that I can do. I just have to learn to either live with this person and then just learn to live with them, the way that they do things, and I have to compromise. So there's some kind of compromisation. Some of you, it is compensation claim that you might be looking into. Compensating a claim for an accident that happened at work, or you might be promoted to something to do with a department store that deals with where you have to write things down of claiming something. So if this is to do with your work, there might have been something that goes on that's making you now have to stand on your own 2 feet to actually make decisions. So regardless of whether this is Libra or not, I'm hearing that you might get promoted with a business, but it's going to take determination and strength for you to find your feet in this department, and that you are going to now have more responsibility of looking after, some of you it's children, and we'll go into that in a minute, but some of you it is just the fact that you're going to have people that perhaps are, I don't know what you would say, below you, and you have gone to assistant manager for some of you, and that you're going to have to start to guide people the way and show them a way and shine light for them to take this step, because these people are watching you take a big step forward. So it's either 1 step forward or 2 steps back. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. So some of you might be going forward with a relationship, and this could be a family member that's intervening for some of you, and that this is where the person owns the business or owns the company or the house, okay? And your love life is now being separated, where your love life is going in the direction that you want it to, and it's in the hands of fate, and you're guiding the way and you're pulling the wheel this way. But there's also someone that is also trying to pull you backwards. It's kind of like pulling backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. The wheel, you've got 2 kind of Saturnian cards really, because they're karma cards, to be honest. So it's kind of like, well, I can't live with you, I can't live without you, I'm trying to live with my partner, and I'm trying to make the decision to do with that, but you're also making me concentrate on things that's negative, and that I can't concentrate when I hear loads of noise in the background, or that I can't concentrate on one business because I own 2 or 3, okay? Or that when I'm trying to do things that I really want to do for myself, you make me feel that I can't stand on my own 2 feet, because you talk about things of negativity, and if I think of things of negativity, which we do in life, that person doesn't help your manifesting program, because you have to believe in positivity and believe in yourself of strength and courage to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. So if this person intervenes with you that worries about a car, maybe worries about bills, worries about right, but people that worry about bills, even if bills do pick up and like life can be stressful, the more you concentrate on things of being stressful, Spirit will just give you what it is that you want, because you think that you're okay living that way. So I'm picking this up as someone that is stuck in the past belief of their belief isn't quite caught up yet, if it's to do with love, and that's for some of you, where you always claim, it's kind of like you get into a fight where this person is probably telling you that, well, you always know the right direction to go. For some of you, that's very positive. But there is a connection here that you have through this Justice card that is trying to determine, and you feel that they're always trying to determine which way you should go, left, right, forward or backwards. So because of that energy that is interfering, that could also be a family member or work, if that's very stressful, then you're probably not in full alignment with this person's belief. Their conditioning of what I'm hearing through this Justice Department obviously is set in stone. So there's something that's set for you to learn within the Wheel of Fortune, which is destiny is playing its role for you to grow spiritually, very much so. Okay, there will be something that you learn through this 9, but that is normally to do with independent, away from negative remarks, negative thinking, negative belief systems, other people's what they believe in. If they don't believe in you and you believe in yourself, this person can probably sometimes get into an argument because you're not doing things the way they want you to. Okay, so you form, whoever that is, even if it's in your chart, you're forming the Wheel of Fortune, which is pulling you in 2 directions. So that's why I'm also picking up that your love life might be going in the right direction, and you're guiding each other towards this Wheel of Fortune of destiny of where you want to go. But then there is also where it might be a job or a family member that does intervene with your forward movement, that you're learning to take on a belief system that everything will be fine in the end. I just heard fine and dandy. Fine and dandy. Handyman. Also, for some of you, you're looking into construction of a handyman. So your partner might be very handy around the home, or this person might think that you're worth keeping around, whoever this is, because you are there's two different approaches, that you are a good guide for them, that can stand up against this Wheel of Fortune, because pages are also very good cards to have, because you learn, because you're learning something through this. You're learning to communicate more efficiently, learning to learn again, to love again. I heard someone that is in someone's love connection here is learning to trust again, is learning to love again, is learning to feel again, is also feeling about family and how important that is, or how important you are to this person. Okay, that is also a lesson still around a family member and a work situation as well. It's learning to breathe again. You know, I'm learning to breathe again. I'm learning to stand on my own 2 feet. I'm learning to walk again for some of you. Learning to walk again. I believe I've waited long enough. When will I begin? Foo Fighters, right? Continue on this reading, please, for Capricorn for the first half of November. It's a want to be seen and a want to be heard. It's like, I want to be heard and I want to be seen. I think this is an external, for a lot of you, I'm picking this up as an external environmental person. That for some of you, this is work. And for some of you, this is a family member. That you're learning to breathe again. Because I think that some of this justice, some of the energy around it, I am really picking up, it's more of a motherly smothering kind of thing. Like someone wants to be in your life, but they do it at the wrong time. And they do it at the wrong... It's really kind of like, it's like, I just want you to tell me about your business, and I just want you to let me know what you're doing and what time you'll be back. You know, it's kind of like you might be thinking that, well, you treat me like a child, and I'm not. I'm actually capable of standing on my own 2 feet, and that I don't need to let you know where I'm going or what I'm doing. And where I'm going with my love life. My love life is my love life, and my work life is my work life, and I can do it, and I can stand on my own 2 feet. So why is it that you want to know what time that I'm coming home? For some of you, this is like a parent-in-child thing as well. What time am I coming home, or what time I'm discovering something through this Page of Wands. I'm discovering a new career path that I want to go forward on. I'm discovering about fun. I'm discovering about excitement. I'm trying to breathe again. I'm trying to live again, but I'm having to financially find my feet. And I think some of this is like financially having to find your feet too, where you're wanting the wheel to turn more in your favour, because sometimes it's probably gone out of your favour in the past, Capricorn, where you are now got like a newfound educational system as well. Some of you, this is educational stuff, where you might have gone back to college or school, or to study something spiritually, or to learn and study something about internet-based businesses, or through the Libra energy can be written work and paperwork of claiming things like secretarial work and finances and career. I think some of you also are trying to understand about finances, and then also the Justice Department also would be like the legal department, but it would also be taxes and having to find money to support yourself with taxes and finances and keeping the books up in appearance. The appearance of pride, of justice, is keeping the ego alive. So that energy tells me that it's a lot to still do with keeping things alive and keeping up appearances, which is the books, keeping things up to date, keeping things of information. I think sometimes this person wants to know your information a lot with your love life, and this is if it's an external appearance and that they're interfering with you growing. But also, as a general energy for yourselves, I think that you're learning to balance your books and your rent. Like, rent is due, and then in order for me to get this Wheel of Fortune of where I'm going, I have to make sure that I save money in the right manner and the right context in order for me, in order for future forward projects of maybe another home or a complete financial or a complete and utter move altogether, which could be across seas, or it could be, I'm hearing some of you do things like financially across the sea, where you sell merchandise or you sell something via the internet, to do with buying and selling. But if that's not internet like this, it's just kind of like you work on a computer and secretarial kind of stuff, you know. So I think that coming up, future prospects of forward moving, I think it's definitely moving in your favour. But I think that this could be gone on for a long time. This is why I mean that if this is a love relationship that is gone into a complete dynamic, then this is obviously some of you that are on the twin flame soulmate journey of growth and learning. If not, it's fresh and new for you. But I pick up that some of you, this is to do with that this is a family member, and this is learning to live with their conditioning of what their rules and regulations are. This is rules and regulations. Some of you are looking into regulations of a building as well, as what I'm hearing. A building rights regulations that might not be up to standards, and you might have had a claim or coming up for a claim that has been put in for a book that you wrote down of an accident that happened. An accident. It's like an accident waiting to happen, but the Wheel of Fortune is saying to you, keep positive and keep thinking that the outcome is, it's kind of like the outcome's just there, Capricorn. You know, it's like it's there, and I'm just like, you know, waiting in the winds. Okay, so you've got Page of Blades. Sorry, I'll show you the cards. Some of you probably haven't seen this one before. Mad Madam Mim, baby, Mad Madam Mim. Wanting to know the Book of Shadows and wanting to know what's in this encyclopedia of also medicine. But also the medicine man, the patent man, the medicine man. But looking at things of how fast is it going? How slow is it going? Okay. So this is obviously the Page of Swords, where people are saying spying. But this is also thinking about a new project that you want to go ahead on, and then it's in its early stages. It's in its early progression, okay? So something's in its early progression, but then you've got the Page of Cups. So a lot of this is to do with family members and children as well, okay? And then you've got Strength. So you've got Leo. So finding your feet again and learning something more loyal and independent, not codependent, okay? Where we have to find our newfound freedom of strength to be able to stand on our own 2 feet. Okay, so it's fighting also against social formity of belief, conforming a belief now that is your own. Here, Strength, your own belief. Okay, so you've broke through many chains of being codependent, independent, and learning a lot about children and how important they have been and are in your life, and this can be the person external to you of what you're going to be reflecting, and it's coming out through this reading as well, where it's a lot to do with financial freedom and strength to be able to pull your love life in the direction that you want it to go, with desire and passion of the Wheel of Fortune to pull it towards you of the Page of Cups. So it's a lot of fresh new activity. So some of you are like looking for new activities and activity groups. Some of you might work for children of activity groups of colour, of fresh and colour. Okay, now these cards, I know they're pages, but these in readings, they can be very passionate, infuriated messages. They can, just because it's a tarot card reader or whatever, doesn't matter. These messages can be very passionate and loving messages that you can be sending to one another. Because I think that some of you are really wanting to work on a project, okay, and that you find it of great interest, of someone that's interesting, that makes you think, okay. So you make yourself think, and you make each other think of things that you could do of a project to go forward on together, of doing it together, which would be photography or music or arts and crafts, all that kind of thing, right? Feeling alive again. So I think that some of you, this is your love life, and your love life is going in the direction that you want it to, because strength is really pulling these two apart as well, okay? So it's not like, for some of you, it's not like a bad pulling apart. It might be that your children are leaving, if you've got children, and that the person that they're interested in is, well, any sign but possible Leo, right? And that they're pulling things this way. So it's kind of like standing on your own 2 feet again and learning to be more independent, away from conformity of belief, of structure, of someone that might be still stuck in the old way, which is people like my mother, for instance, right? She talks about things, worrying about every single goddamn thing under the sun before she's even lost it. Like, there's nothing lost. We have great things and everything else, but whatever she has, she will always worry about things of, well, what if we lose that? What if we lose this? And what? You've had this specific thing for like 10 years and nothing's gone wrong, so why is it going to go wrong? Do you know what I'm saying? There's definitely that energy around where someone is stuck in the old way, okay, in the old way. So it seems like someone's getting in your way of you being able to do what you want. Now, some of you, it's not the fact that your children are getting in your way, it's just that there is something that could be around that is stopping you from being able to just live your life freely, okay? So that would be obviously a lot of family infuriated karma that's going on, right? Well, that's what happens. So your belief changes, and your head and your mind changes, but someone else doesn't. I think it's because they probably changed their mind a lot. It's kind of like from left to right. Oh, now I've changed my mind. It's like, well, I'm like just living day to day, and this is really good, and it's free and it's fresh. But why is it that I have to check in with you? That I check in with you all the time of what I'm doing, where I'm going, and you think, well, it's probably best to just not keep this person informed so much, because when they're informed a lot, I have to inform them when my belief changes or something that I want to do, you know. So if you're setting up a date, or you're setting up something that you want to go ahead on, and you think, okay, me and my partner have set this up, but I have to inform this person that our plans changed, and that you have to tell them, you know. And then you're like, well, why do I have to keep telling you? Because then you kind of try to tell me that I can or I can't, or I should or I shouldn't. You know, you've got some kind of thing that's going on of tension, that some of it is to do with a lot of work kind of dynamic that's going on, and claiming and blaming and stuff, and shouting, and probably it can be, you know, because it is definite. Some of you are going through periods of control, okay? But please do not relate that to your love relationship if you're not. Don't go and have an argument on purpose with someone. This is also an external environmental thing, okay? Some of you are looking into IVF. Don't know why I had that. IVF. Oh, I've completely forgot where I was going before that just popped into my head. IVF. Some of you are looking into this project that you want to go ahead on. Sorry, Capricorn, but I've completely and utterly lost the direction that I was going in. I think that this person can be very confusing for you, for some of you. It's not like please don't take offence if it's like your kids and stuff. Like, it's not my business. But there is someone around you that wants to know your business all the time. It's like the legal department. Or I've always got to go through the checkout service. Someone's checking you out, but it's always got to go through a checkout service. It's like having to write down into a rule book of like a PPI, like a PPI claim. I'm picking up PPI claim. It's like, hello, this is the PPI. It's like, oh, bugger off, Jeffrey. I haven't got time in order to... Sorry. But a claim is also like a PPI claim. But that can also be a personal pull-up. That someone always pulls you up on your behaviour. It's kind of like, well, that's my behaviour and that's the way I like to do things and that's what I like to do. So why are you pulling me up on it? Someone probably got pulled up for an accident that could have happened for drink and driving for some of you, or an accident that happened and you're waiting for a claim, but it seems like you're going ahead with it. For some of you, you physically did injure yourself. Maybe 9 of Wands and the Strength card, there could be some injury. Like I'm picking up like an injury that someone could be having. An injury? But if that's not something that happened there, that's just like an injury that you've got on your back or something, or leg. Leg, I'm picking up your leg. Could be sciatica. Welcome to my world, Capricorn. Sciatica, right? Sciatica. God, have you lot ever dealt with sciatica? Oh my God, how annoying is that? Once it's gone and then the moment it's there and you're like, right? But that's just age, man, you know. Well, it doesn't have to be, man. I had sciatica when I was like younger. But I worked on a building construction site. Well, I used to build houses and people... I used to work and build foundations and actually build houses. And now I just try to build people's lives and build them up. Same kind of construction, right? So it could be construction, under foreclosure, like under construction. Like the house or the building or the department that you're in might be under discussions of legal matters and legal rights, but under foreclosure maybe. But that might be because someone's moving in to your department or moving into your home, and this would be the family member that they're wanting to move in with or without, like within or without. Go within. Don't go without, Capricorn. Go within. Don't never go without. But wow, we've gone on for 32 minutes. I'm going to have to leave that one shorter because the adverts are going to start playing over and there'll probably be loads, so I'm going to have to work them ones out. Sorry about all those. But we're going to go on with the rest of this reading and then do some more and then clarify them with another deck, and that really does give me great depth of field of splitting these energies apart and telling you if this is work, love, life dynamics that might be coming up for you that you can work through more. But my predictions, pretty much so I've been told through the channel, really do come to light. So if you see the extendeds, they give you more in depth of what's going to happen, and I split everything down for people singles and stuff. But you can find all these links below over on Patreon, guys. I soon might be opening up Vimeo again. If you do want it on Vimeo, let me know and I will post it over on Vimeo for you. But at the moment, it will be over on Patreon. Please make sure you check out all the descriptions and the discussion page for the recommended readers, all that kind of stuff. Leave one if you like and I will give them a shout out. Please make sure you pay that forward and you go out their channel and said that I said hi. I really do need help building up this channel. If you could give it a like, share and comment, and also probably leave a comment on someone else's channel to hopefully get us recognised so I can keep doing this, because I have to kind of obviously got bills to pay, so it really does help if you can help that out as well. I really would appreciate that. What else, Capricorn? Yeah, so if you want a personal reading, the link is below. All the links are below, basically, Capricorn. I hope that reading gives you some kind of clarity, guys. I really do appreciate all your kind words, comments, and keep watching. I really do appreciate that. And let's see what's going to happen with the rest of your week. Okay, 2 weeks. Okay, all right, guys. Thanks very much, and I'll see you again soon. Peace.